Gotham City, a place built on crime, corruption, and one man's endless fortune. Batman, the world's greatest detective, the Dark Knight, the one hero with no actual superpowers. What he does have is money, a lot of it. Wayne Manor alone is worth more than most countries. But what if one day it was all gone? What if Bruce Wayne actually went completely, totally broke? No Batmobile, no Batcave, no gadgets, no Alfred, just Bruce Wayne sitting in the dark alone. First, let's understand just how rich Bruce Wayne actually is. Wayne Enterprises is worth $31.3 billion. So that's not a typo, 31 billion. He's not just rich, he is the economy of an entire city. The Batmobile, $80 million per unit, and he's crashed at least 4 of them. The Batsuit, $2.8 billion, the entire Batcave setup, another $2 billion on top of that. So here's the question, what if Wayne Enterprises stock collapses completely? A hostile takeover, a market crash, a massive lawsuit? The board votes him out, the assets are frozen, lawyers are called, and just like that, the empire falls. Bruce Wayne, billionaire, philanthropist, secret vigilante, is escorted out of his own company carrying a cardboard box. The Batcave goes dark. Screen by screen, light by light, silence fills the cave for the first time in 20 years. The Batmobile is repossessed. Towed away by a bank truck, a weapon of justice treated like a used Honda. The Batsuit seized by court order, a government sticker on $2.8 billion of dark justice. Bruce stands in the empty cave, Alfred beside him. Neither of them says a word. There's nothing left to say. Wayne Manor, he's boarded up, 120 rooms, 47 years of history, gone in 48 hours. For the first time in his life, Bruce Wayne is just a man, no name, no armor, no fear behind him, just a person walking in the rain. Every newspaper in Gotham runs the same headline, the empire is gone, and with it, 30,000 jobs, 12 orphanages, and 1 very expensive cave. And Gotham notices, the city that runs on fear begins to realize something is different, something is missing. Bruce moves into a small apartment on the east side of Gotham, 200 square feet, cracked walls, cold water, no butler. Dinner is instant noodles eaten on the floor, a man who once dined at the most expensive restaurants in the world, eating from a styrofoam cup. Within 2 weeks of Batman's disappearance, yes, Gotham's crime rate jumps 40%. The villains are moving and no one is stopping them. Bruce stands at his apartment window, watching his city burn, and somewhere deep in his chest, something begins to wake up. Here is what they could not take away. The gym is gone, but the body they built inside it is still his. 30 years of training, no equipment can replicate that. No bankruptcy court can touch it. Bruce Wayne has mastered over 30 martial arts disciplines. He is, by any measure, the most dangerous human being alive. Peak physical conditioning, the body of an Olympic athlete, combined with the mind of the world's greatest detective. And the discipline, years of mental conditioning that no stock market crash can ever erase. Think about it, 4 things make Batman who he is, and not one of them costs a single dollar. So he gets to work, a grappling hook, $40 in hardware store parts. Not pretty, but it works. Basic body armor from a surplus store, $200. Will it stop a bullet? Probably not, but it's better than nothing. Smoke grenades from chemistry supplies, $30. Batman without smoke is like a magician without a curtain. A used motorcycle, $180. Not the Batmobile, but a vehicle is a vehicle. And a mask cut from black cloth with a pair of scissors. Total budget, $450. The Dark Knight is back in business. And then, a knock at the door. Bruce opens it. Alfred is standing there with a bag. 40 years of savings, every pound Alfred ever earned working for the Wayne family, he hands it all to Bruce, without being asked, without hesitation, without a word. He trains harder than he ever did in the Batcave. No machines, no cushioning, just raw resistance. He wraps his own hands, tapes his own knuckles, prepares himself the old way. He runs rooftops at midnight, mapping the city with his feet the way he used to map it with satellites. He climbs walls with bare hands, no grappling gun, just grip, strength, and 20 years of muscle memory. The eyes are the same, the focus is the same. The fear he creates in others completely unchanged. He still owns the night. The darkness was never something he bought. It was something he became. He assembles his gear at 3 a.m. soldering circuits by lamplight. Genius does not need a lab. It just needs time. And somewhere in that process, something shifts. The man who needed everything discovers he needs nothing except the mission. But Gotham is not waiting for Bruce Wayne to find himself. The city is already burning. The orphanages that Wayne Enterprises funded, defunded overnight. The kids have nowhere to go. The police are overwhelmed. Commissioner Gordon is stretched thin. Every unit deployed, right? And still not enough. The numbers are undeniable. Batman's presence alone was suppressing crime by an estimated 40%. He was the system behind the system. And the villains? They sense it immediately. The Joker, the Penguin. Every crime lord in Gotham feels the vacuum and moves to fill it. 30,000 Wayne Enterprises employees lose their jobs in a single week. Entire neighborhoods collapse. The ripple effect is catastrophic. A police officer shines his light on a wall. There's a bat-shaped shadow, and for the first time, nothing comes out of the darkness to answer it. But Bruce is not completely alone because Batman was never just one man. He was always a network. Commissioner Gordon slips him access to GCPD intelligence off the record against every rule because Gordon knows who the real Batman is. Oracle, Barbara Gordon, provides real-time intelligence from a donated laptop in a back room. She is, quite literally, his eyes and ears. Information comes in from unexpected places, former allies, old contacts, people who remember what Batman did for the city. Superman offers financial help. Bruce refuses pride, maybe, but also something more important. He needs to prove that Batman does not need a sponsor. He maps the entire Gotham crime network on a $6 corkboard. No supercomputer, just a genius brain and a piece of red string. An anonymous package arrives at his door. Inside, a custom earpiece. Someone out there still believes in him. And slowly, a plan forms. Not born from billion-dollar technology, but from loyalty, trust, and shared purpose. The night arrives. Bruce puts on the homemade vest, looks in the mirror, and the sadness is gone. The mask goes on, and Bruce Wayne disappears. What stands in his place is something else entirely. The mask goes on, and Bruce Wayne disappears. What stands in his place is something else entirely. He takes to the rooftops, patient, calculating, watching the city the way a predator watches its territory. Out there in the dark, he is watching and waiting, and the criminals do not know it yet, but they are already in danger. He stands on the same rooftop as before, same city below, same darkness around him, but this time, every piece of that armor was earned. But to understand why Batman can survive losing everything, we have to go back. Back to a cold alley, back to a child kneeling on wet stone. The pearls, the rain, the moment that rewired everything. Batman was not created by money. Batman was created by loss. He made a vow that night not to buy crime-fighting equipment, not to build a cave. He vowed to wage a war, and that vow costs nothing. He hits the warehouse like a shadow dropping from the ceiling. The criminals never see him coming. The suit is rough, the gear is cheap, the technique is absolutely flawless. Pow. 5 criminals down, homemade gear, used motorcycle, $450 budget, same result as always. Because here is the thing the villains never understood. They were never afraid of the gadgets. They were afraid of him. And fear is completely free. Because here is the thing the villains never understood. They were never afraid of the gadgets. They were afraid of him. And fear is completely free. The expensive suit was never Batman. It was just tools, remarkable tools, but tools. The man inside them, that was always the real weapon. Alfred watches from the doorway and smiles because he always knew. The butler outlasted the billionaire, and the Batman outlasted them both. Gotham wakes up to sunrise, the crime rate drops, nobody knows who stopped it, no press conference, no Wayne Enterprises logo, just quiet in the sense that something is still out there watching. So, what if Batman actually went broke? The answer is simple. He would lose the tools and he would keep everything that actually matters because Bruce Wayne is the mask. Batman is the man, and no bankruptcy court in the world can touch that. That said, the Batmobile really does help.